Yo, 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 what's going on, guys? Joey Sherkenbach is back here with another video for you guys. And guys, it is Saturday night, and I'm going to be giving you my game picks for Week 5 of the 2021 NFL season. So let's jump right on into it, guys. First game, our first 9:30 London game of the year. We have the 1-3 Falcons, quote-unquote, at the 1-3 Falcons, so both teams are technically on the road. Not a game anybody particularly really cares about. I don't know why they're selecting two garbage teams to play in London, but anyways, not a game that's that important. However, I guess props to the Jets. They're coming off their first win after beating the Titans last week. That was pretty impressive. They were down, but came back and won, so that's big. Falcons, meanwhile, just not good at all. Their offense is decent, I guess. Calvin Ridley's pretty good, but they really don't have much besides him. And their defense is just a train wreck. So, I don't know. This really isn't a game that matters much, and I really don't know who to go with. I guess I'll go with the Falcons just because why not? Sometimes they'll have like these random good games. So I guess I'll take the Falcons here, guys. 27-17, but it's going to be a rather boring game, I think. Next game, guys, we have the 0-4 Lions at the 1-3 Vikings. So the Lions 0-4 were so close to getting that first win against the Ravens, but fell short. I forget who they lost to last week, but the Lions are not doing well, that's for sure. Vikings, big-time disappointment so far. What was their one win? I'm trying to picture what their one win was. But they're not been doing well. They lost to the Bengals. They just lost to the Browns last week. Vikings are definitely not doing as well as they had been projected to. I think the Vikings were a team getting hyped up to start the year. They've not been doing well. I know Anthony Barr is having injury issues, but Cousins has not been great. Jefferson has been pretty good, but, he's got to have a better quarterback throwing to him. I like Cousins, but I'm not sure he's that good, and I don't think he's really the answer. Another guy, Dalvin Cook, is having injury issues as well. So, it's in Minnesota. Vikings are way better at home. I think they'll be able to get this win. I think this is a good opportunity for a bounce-back game because the Lions are so bad. So, I'm going to go with the Vikings here, guys, 24-17. Next game, guys, we have the 2-2 Saints at the 2-2 football team. So the football team, as I said, I think they have a very overhyped defense. It's good, not great, and it's off to a really, really rough start. Meanwhile, the Saints have been just so up and down, such a roller coaster. Great week one against the Packers, then trash, great the next week, then not so good. So they've been up and down. I think in general they're a decent team. I guess it would line up for them to not be good again this week because it's been good, bad, good, bad. Meanwhile, for the football team, offense is struggling. Taylor Heinicke has not been playing very well, and they simply don't have a proven quarterback to go at it. So that's a big liability for the football team. And for the Saints, of course, Jameis Winston is still the quarterback there. So we'll see how it goes. It's in Washington, so I think it really could go either way. I'm going to go with the Saints, though. I think they're the better team overall. So I'm going to go with the Saints, guys. Let's go with the Saints here, 27-24. Next game, guys, we have the 1-3 Patriots at the 1-3 Texans. So, Patriots coming off a close loss to the Bucs, but they actually made it closer than I thought. It was a pretty close game, so they put up more of a fight than I would expect. Meanwhile, the Texans, being at home, they have not been good. I guess they're not playing quite as badly as they were expected to, but they're still not good at all. And it's in Houston, though. They definitely are better at home. But I think the Patriots are going to win this game. They're really desperate for a win, and I think, they were a team that was getting some hype going into this year. And so I think the Patriots will get this win. I don't think it'll be a high-scoring game at all because both offenses have been struggling big time. But I'm going to go with the Patriots here, guys. Let's go New England, 24-13. Next game, guys, we have the 1-3 Dolphins at the 3-1 Bucks. So the Dolphins have had a big-time disappointment so far. I was high on them. I kind of climbed on the hype train for them, but they've disappointed. Tagovailoa was hurt, but even him being out is not really the biggest issue. They still can't really get a running game going, and their defense has not been playing as well. It has pieces, but it has not been executing overly well. And then the Bucks, they didn't play overly well against the Patriots. Only scored 19 points against a mediocre defense, so that's not very good. But anyways, It's in Tampa Bay. I think this is a great opportunity for them to get a bounce back win. So yeah, the Dolphins are in trouble. I mean, they're now 1-3. I think there's a very good chance they fall to 1-4. So Dolphins definitely need to get it together. I mean, Jacoby Brissett definitely not good, but again, I don't think he's the biggest issue. Their offensive line is a big liability, and their defense has not been playing very well. In Tampa Bay, guys, I think the Bucs will get this win pretty easily. I'm gonna go with the Bucs here, guys. 31-17. Next game, guys, we have the 3-1 Packers at the 3-1 Bengals. So, Packers dealing with a lot of injuries. So Jair Alexander's on IR. I think Zadarius Smith is on IR too. Linebackers have injury issues. Offensive line has serious injury issues. Bakhtiari's not back yet, I don't think. So, yeah, that's definitely a loss. Those are losses for the Packers. And Bengals, I still think they're pretty overrated. I mean, yes, they're 3-1, but they've been playing bad teams. Their defense has been up and down. Their offense has been up and down. I do think this will be close though, because the Bengals receivers are good. You got Tyler Boyd, what's his name, T. Higgins, and then Jamar Chase, who has looked really good thus far. So with it being in Cincinnati, and again the Packers secondary, big loss, no Jair Alexander. That's their best defensive player probably, and he's out, so that's a big loss. So in Cincinnati, I still think the Packers are going to get this win. I'm not that high on the Bengals, to be honest. I think they're peaking too early. I think they're going to fall off. I'm going to go with the Packers here, guys, getting the win. I think Aaron Rodgers will have a big day against that Bengals defense. I'm going to go with the Packers here, guys. Let's go Green Bay, 30-20. Next game, guys, we have the 3-1 Broncos at the 1-3 Steelers. So the Broncos coming off a tough loss to the Ravens last week. You'll love to see that. And then Steelers, they spiraling out of control. I mean, they get that great win week 1 against Buffalo. They were looking great, and then everything has gone downhill from there. Lost to the Raiders, then lost to the Bengals, and I forget who they lost to last week. The Packers last week. So yeah, Steelers not looking good. They have injury issues of their own. But I don't know. I think at the same time, it's better that they have these issues now, because they had these issues last year late in the year and it did not go well. So I guess it's good that they get these hurdles out of the way now. But they're not playing well at all. I mean, they're 1-3. They've lost 3 in a row. They're cold right now, so they definitely need to clean things up and get things back on track. Offense is just not playing well at all. Roethlisberger has been pretty bad. Receivers have not been great either. So it's in Pittsburgh, but I think the Broncos will be really desperate to get a rebound win after losing to the Ravens last week. So I'm going to go with Denver here, guys, pulling this out. Let's go with the Broncos. 27-13. I don't think it's going to be that close. Okay, next game, guys, we have the 1-3 Eagles at the 3-1 Panthers. So the Eagles getting smoked by the Chiefs last week, no surprise there. And then the Panthers coming off their first loss to the Cowboys last week. The Cowboys hot right now. So Panthers, I still think another team that I don't think is that good. I think they're okay, not great. But I think they'll get this win. I think this is a great opportunity for them to get a bounce-back win, playing at home to a very mediocre Eagles team at best. So Sam Darnold, in general, has actually been doing pretty well. It's my understanding that he didn't play great against the Cowboys last week, but then again, it was more of their defense just played horribly. And the Panthers defense had been playing well, too. That was the strength of their team, but they did not do well against the Cowboys. Then again, it is the Cowboys' offense, but they didn't put up a fight at all. So, with it being in Carolina, I think the Panthers are probably going to get this win. I can't see them losing at home to a very bad team, or at least a very mediocre team. They're going to be mad after coming after the loss to the Cowboys. So I'm going to go with the Panthers here, guys. Let's go with the Panthers, 31-17. Please excuse my dog barking in the background. Next game, guys, we have the 2-2 Titans at the 0-4 Jaguars. So, Titans coming off an embarrassing loss to the Jets. The Jets last week. Told you guys the Titans are just so overrated. So that's bad. But then again, this is a great opportunity for them to get a bounce back win. The Jaguars are atrocious. I mean, Trevor Lawrence has been busting so far. He hasn't been very good. Then again, he doesn't have many guys around him. But he's still not doing well. Their defense is not good at all. So the Titans, to be fair, they were without Julio Jones and A.J. Brown last week. I thought I heard that A.J. Brown is back. I don't know about Julio Jones, but I definitely think the Titans' offense will do better because they get at least one of their weapons back. So it's in Jacksonville, but I still think the Titans will get this win. They're going to be really mad after getting that loss to the Jets last week. So I'm going to go with the Titans here, guys. 34-13. Next game, guys, we have the 3-1 Browns and the 3-1 Chargers. This should be a good game. So Browns are 3-1. I still don't think they're playing as well as I had expected. Their offense has looked iffy. Mayfield has not looked great either. He did not play very well against the Vikings last week. Missed a fair amount of throws. And then for the Chargers, they're hot right now. I mean, they lost to the Cowboys, but besides that, they've been doing well. Herbert looks really good. So the Chargers definitely have pieces, and I think they're executing. They're young, too, which helps big time. It's in LA. I think the Chargers, another team that plays significantly better at home than they do on the road. Browns, I mean, I don't know. They haven't looked great. I do think this will be a fun and close game, but I'm going to go with the Chargers here, guys. I was down on the Chargers going into this year, but I don't know. They might be proving me wrong a little bit. They've looked good. Their defense is playing better than I had expected also. So I'm going to go with the Chargers here, guys. I think it'll be close. I think it'll be a fun game, but I'm going to go with the Chargers. Let's go. Excuse me. I'm going to go with the Chargers here, guys. 27-24. I think it's going to come down to the final drive. Next game, guys, we have the 2-2 Bears and the 3-1 Raiders. So, Bears not that good. I mean, they have pieces, but they're not executing very well. They have no proven quarterback. Dalton's still hurt, and he's not that good, obviously. And then you have Justin Fields, the rookie, who has not looked great. I mean, he's a rookie, so I'm sure he'll improve, but he's simply not doing very well. And then when it comes to the Raiders, so they're coming off their first loss. Chargers kind of smoked them last week. And Raiders, another team that plays so much better at home than they do on the road. I think the Raiders, again, this is a great opportunity for them to get a bounce-back win. Again, they're going to be motivated after getting smoked by a rival in the Chargers. So I think the Raiders are going to win this game. They're at home. I don't think the Bears are that good. They have pieces, but their defense isn't quite as good as it used to be. And their offense just is a disaster because they have no quarterback. I'm going to go with the Raiders here, guys, with the bounce-back win. So let's go with the Raiders, 35-21. Next game, guys, we have the 2-2 Niners at the 4-0 Cardinals. So, Niners got off to a 2-0 start. They then lost to the Packers, and I'm not sure who they lost to last week. And then the Cardinals, they are 4-0. They're cooking, coming off the win against the Rams last week. Cardinals are looking good. I'm still going to delay my hype for them because they had a similar start to this last year, got off to a red-hot start. I mean, then again, they did go 2-0, then 2-2, but in general, they were really doing well on offense. It was just their defense that was a problem. Kyler Murray in general, got off to a great start last year, then flamed out big time. And he's off to a great start this year, but will he flame out again remains to be seen. So I'm still going to delay my hype for the Cardinals, but they could be good, and I think they are pretty good. It's also in Arizona. The Niners are not playing well right now. They've lost 2 in a row. So I'm going to go with the Cardinals here, guys. I think their offense is locked in, and I think their defense, I mean, it's not great, but the Niners' offense has not looked great either. So I'm going to go with the Cardinals here, guys. Let's go with the Cardinals, 28-17. Next game, guys, we have the 1-3 Giants at the 3-1 Cowboys, an NFC East matchup. So, Giants, another team underperforming. They're not doing well at all. Defense has been meh. Offense is a disaster. So that's not good for them. And then when it comes to the Cowboys, they are the complete opposite. Close loss to the Bucs week 1, and then they have just been on a tear. They've been doing really, really well. So that's cool. And for the Cowboys, I mean, their offense is just feasting. I mean, Prescott's off to a good start. They have that great wide receiver trio and Michael Gallup, CeeDee Lamb, and Amari Cooper. When healthy, those guys are really good. So that leads a really good offense. And then defensively, their defense is a disaster. It's really not good, but they can kind of get away with it this week because the Giants' offense is not very good. It's in Dallas. I see no reason why the Cowboys won't win this game. They're hot right now. I think they'll stay hot. So I'm going to go with the Cowboys here, guys. 34-17. Next game, guys, Sunday Night Football. We have the 3-1 Bills at the 2-2 Chiefs. This is going to be a very good game. So, thing is, people kind of forget about the Bills' defense. So, it had a really rough year last year. I know it did. But also, before that, it was really good. Like, it was a top 5 defense for a while. Took the big step back last year. But I think a problem last year was the injuries. And they have all those guys back now, and their defense has looked good. Really good, actually. So yeah, the Bills defense is good. I think people forget about the Bills defense. When healthy, it's a quality defense. And then Chiefs, complete opposite. Their defense is a disaster, and it has been completely not torturing them. It's been costing them these games. I mean, they lost to the Ravens in a total shootout. They lost to the Chargers because their offense wasn't great. Mahomes did throw 2 picks, but their defense just could not get a stop. And then, let's see. So the Chiefs won last week, but they got 30 points to the Eagles, too. That's not good. Their defense has really looked iffy. And then the Bills, their offense has been up and down, but their defense is looking good. And the Chiefs just, I don't know, they might not be quite as good. They might not be quite as dominant this year as they have been in the past couple years. It's in Kansas City, though, so Arrowhead. The Chiefs always play better at home. And Allen, too, is not as good on the road, and he also seems to struggle. There's a theory that Allen is better without fans, but he's especially not good, or especially worse, I should say, when he's playing against he's playing on the road with fans, especially at Arrowhead, because Arrowhead is one of the worst environments to play in if you're the away team, because the fans are crazy. So I think the Chiefs are going to get this win. I think it'll be close, and I could see the Bills winning this game. If I'm going to take a defense to get one stop, just one stop, I'm taking the Bills defense. But I do think the Chiefs are going to be able to keep up with this one. They seem to give the Bills a little bit of a hard time. So I'm going to go with the Chiefs here, guys. I think it's going to be pretty high score. I'm going to go with the Chiefs 34-30. I think this will be a fun game. Great for Saturday Night Football, but 34-30 Chiefs. And the last game, guys, here we go. Monday Night Football, the 1-3 Colts at the 3-1 Ravens. So, Colts, another team underperforming big time. They have not looked good at all. Defensively, I mean, I don't know. They usually have a good defense, but it has not been very good this year. As far as I know, they don't really have injuries, so I don't know what's happening. So there's that, and then offense is not looking great either. Wentz is as inconsistent as it gets. Receiving core, I mean, as far as I know, T.Y. Hilton's healthy, but their line is kind of banged up. No Quentin Nelson, I think he's having surgery, so that's big. He's like maybe the best lineman in football. In fact, he probably is, so that's a loss. And their line is still good. I mean, they got Ryan Kelly in it. They have a good left tackle. I just forget his name. So that's cool. And then Ravens, meanwhile, again, the loss to the Raiders, but besides that, they've looked great. We've won 3 in a row. Offense looks good. The Ravens are throwing the ball way better. Defense has definitely not been off to a rough start, but they are coming off their best game by far. We played very well against the Broncos, held them to 7 points. Pass rush finally got home. It was a beautiful thing. And we need to do the same. I mean, the Colts, that's a good offensive line, but it's a little bit banged up without Quentin Nelson. So the Ravens need to feast, and we really hope that the pass rush is just as good, because it just makes such a big difference because the secondary doesn't get gassed. And yes, our secondary is very good, but it does get tired when you can't get pressure on the quarterback. So hopefully the Ravens pass rush has a repeat of what it did last week. And then offensively, I still could see the Colts defense giving us a hard time, because remember, last year when we played the Colts, the first half, the Ravens offense did nothing. It was just our defense kept us in the game. And the Colts defense was playing so well, and then I don't know what happened. In the second half, everything flipped, and the Ravens offense started clicking. So, I don't know what's going to happen this game. Ravens going into the game were slowly, and I mean slowly, getting healthier. Boykin and Bateman are healthy now. I don't know if they're going to be activated for this game, but they're available as far as I know. Villanueva came back to practice today. He is questionable. Deshaun Elliott is back at practice, so he should play. Jimmy Smith hasn't re-injured himself, shockingly. So yeah, we're slowly getting a bit healthier, which is great. But then again, we have lost all the season-ending. We have lost all the guys to season-ending injuries, and they don't show up in the injury report because they're just done. It's not like they're healthy now. But, we're slowly getting better. I could see the Colts winning this game, but at the same time, it's at the bank. The Ravens, again, with the fans on our side, they're hot right now. The Colts, I just don't think are that good. They're okay. They're not great. I don't see the Ravens losing this game. They could. You never know with the Ravens. And, when the Ravens I'll call them overdogs, it doesn't usually go well. I mean, I think pretty much everyone had them winning against the Raiders, and we lost, and then everyone has losing to the Chiefs, we won, and so on. So, this could go either way. I think the Ravens are going to win this game. I think it'll be low scoring. But I'm going to go with the Ravens here, guys. 23-16. That's what I'll go with. I think the Ravens defense will play well. Offense will struggle, but it'll play well enough to get the win at the bank. So 23-16 Ravens. And guys, that is going to do it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, then be sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you are new. And I am out. Peace out. Have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. Go Ravens. Have a great Sunday. Enjoy the games. And I will see you Monday night after the Ravens game.